Hey guys, Clean Blade here, bringing another Pokemon TCG Online deck profile. I know it's been a while, I've been addicted to Path of Exile lately, so I haven't been playing Pokemon too much, but I did hop on a little bit in between the downtimes of me playing PoE, and I've been playing this kind of funner deck. I wouldn't say it's a very competitive deck of Florges Break, I guess you could say. But we only run one copy of Florges Break and Xerneas EX, just because I wanted to play something fairy, but I didn't want to play Gardevoir, and I got this idea. So yeah, I want to thank Rails, though, for letting me borrow his Florgeses for like the past week and a half, because I didn't have any and I really wanted to play the deck, so shoutouts to him for letting me borrow the Florgeses. So let's just jump straight into the deck profile. So we are running 2 Shaman EX. It's mostly because Fairy's kind of a slower deck, and we use Shaman to kind of accelerate that, and it really helps, and it's just a really good card overall. Then we're running 2 Flabebe. Whoa. We're running 2 Flabebe. That's not Flabebe. Because Flabebe, we need it for Florges. We use Rare Candy in the deck, so we run 2 Flabebe. Then we're running 1 Floette. It doesn't really matter which one you run, I don't think. I chose this one just because Aromatherapy is kind of nice, and I thought the artwork was nice, but we run 1 Floette. Then we're running double Florges with Calming Aroma. This allows our fairy Pokemon to attack for 1 less fairy energy, which allows Xerneas to attack for 3 energy or 2 energy if we have 2 of them up, which is a lot of damage for 2 energy, 140. So everybody likes it. So Calming Aroma is really strong. Its attack we don't really worry about that much. Then, of course, we are running 1 Florges Break. I decided to run it just for extra healing, even though we do run double Max Potion in the deck. It seems alright. I'm not too sure if I cut it, but I really like the 1 so far. In the situations it's useful, it's really strong, so I'd suggest still running the 1 Florges Break. Then, we are running 2 Spritzy. Basically so that we can run 2 Aromateas with Fairy Transfer, move our energy around from Xerneas to Xerneas, continually using X-Blast, and probably winning the game off of that. That's the main strategy of the deck, is using Aromateas and Florges together, and just destroying our opponent. Then, of course, we're running 4 Xerneas EX, because we'd rather open Xerneas than a Flabebe or a Spritzy, so instead of running 3 Xerneas, we're running 4. It just increases our odds of opening Xerneas over Shaman, Spritzy, and Flabebe. Now, there's nothing real special about Xerneas. Majority of the time, you'll probably be using Breakthrough, but that just sets up for X-Blast later, so it's a pretty good attack, especially if you're doing it for 1 energy to do 60 and 30. It becomes a really strong attack, so Xerneas is pretty decent. Then moving into our trainer cards, we're running 2 Level Ball to grab Flabebe, Floette, and Spritzy, and Aromateas, stuff like that. Pretty simple stuff. Then we're running 2 Max Potion. See, when we're running Spritzy and Aromateas, we're able to heal all of the damage counters off without losing any energy because of Fairy Transfer, and Max Potion becomes really strong. Then we're running 2 Rare Candy just for Florges, only reason. We're running 1 Switch. I didn't feel we needed more than 1 switch because we do run Fairy Garden in the deck over, let's say, Skyfield, and just the 1 switch for status conditions, stuff like that, if we don't have Florges Break up, all that stuff. Then we're running 4 Trainers Mail. I feel like this just adds a lot of consistency to the deck over, let's say, a third ultra or a third level ball, should I say, stuff like that. So 4 Trainers Mail is my choice here. 4 Ultra Ball. This just allows us to grab everything that we need. Then we're running 3 VS Seeker. You could cut a Trainer's Mail for a 4th VS Seeker. I just felt 3 VS Seekers was enough in this deck, and that we wouldn't need any more. Now moving into the supporter line, we are running 1 Hex Maniac. This just helps against all sorts of stuff. If we open up slow and we know we're versing a turbo deck, we can Hex Maniac them turn 1 and they can't Shaman, and it slows a lot of decks down. So Hex Maniac's just very good overall. Then we're running 1 Lysander. Lysander is just a broken card. Everybody knows it. We all abuse it and love it. Let's put it like that. Then we're running 1 Pokemon Fan Club. I was running a Bridget, but I felt like Pokemon Fan Club is better because we're able to grab an EX and another basic Pokemon, and it just becomes really strong compared to Bridget, where you only can grab 1 EX or 3 regular basic Pokemon. So Pokemon Fan Club is my choice, but you could choose to run Bridget. We are running 4 Birch because it's a standard deck, and Birch is probably the only good draw a card besides Sycamore, and until we get the end reprint, if it ever happens, I think I'll continue to run 4 Birch in every deck. So we're running 4 Birch, then of course we're running 4 Sycamore, just because it's super strong and it allows us to draw in Standard, which we really need. Then we're running 3 Fairy Garden, free retreat for a Fairy Pokemon. Or, well, to any Pokemon that has a Fairy energy attached to it. So that even means Shaman, stuff like that. So Fairy Garden's really, really strong. So we run 3 of them. Then we are running 2 Muscle Band, because Muscle Band allows us to hit for 160 on the Xerneas EX, and it becomes really, really strong that way. And there's really not much more that you could want to do. You could also run Fighting Spirit Belt, and it would make you do 10 more damage, but you'd go up to 210 HP, which is also another very viable option. And I've played around with both. Right now I'm using the Muscle Band version because I like hitting for 160 over 150, but it really doesn't matter unless if you're versing a Mega matchup, which is kind of weird. You're probably not going to win the matchup to begin with, but you still can because we do run Max Potion, stuff like that. But maybe Fighting Spirit Belt might be better, so you may want to test it out and see how you like it instead. You know, it's basically personal preference, I would say. Then for our energy, we are running 4 DCEs, 6 Fairy energy. We run the DCE to be able to attack with Xerneas for just a double colorless, double Florges here, just get rid of the Fairy energy cost, and X-Blast for a double colorless, which is really strong. Yeah. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to hit that subscribe button over on my channel and hit the like button down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.